What no one is going to tell you about Disney's Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point. Hi, I'm Sarah, your unofficial Disney Cruise Line mom. My family includes 4 kids, my husband, and we've been on sailings over 100 days with Disney Cruise. So let's jump right in. Number one, everyone is going to tell you that there's a long walk. That's really, really obvious. You know, there's going to be this half-mile walk, but what they don't tell you is that beyond the walk, you've got the tram. The tram is another 10 minutes. So you got 10 to 15 minutes of the walk. You've got the 10-minute tram, and then you've got at least 5 minutes to get to any destination on the actual area of the island that you're going to be spending your day at. But what they don't tell you is that because of that, you need to have a plan. What I mean by that is this is not a quick get back to the ship kind of thing. If you have little kids with you, if you need more diapers, it's going to take you 30 minutes to get back to the ship. So you need to have a plan. Also, because if you have an excursion, some of the excursion locations are they're at different parts of the island. And so you can't just like think, oh, I got 5 minutes, I'll get wherever I need to be. No, there is going to take some time to get wherever it is you need to be, depending on your excursion and the meeting location and wherever you are on the island when that happens. So, just something to be aware of. Like, yes, we all know that there's a long walk, but that's only part of the story. You need to have plans of like how you want your day to be spent, what you want things to look like, and you're also going to need to pack accordingly. So we're going to talk about some of those packing items. So the next thing no one's going to tell you is that you should be wearing closed-toed shoes or shoes at the back. You need to be wearing like actual good shoes when you're on the island, when you're not like on the beach. And this is because you're going to be doing a lot of walking, and flip-flops are just not conducive to that. But really, it's because of the crowds and people stepping on other people's feet, like accidentally, or if you've got children with you, strollers, all the things like accidents can happen much more easily when your feet are exposed, especially in flip-flops. So, wear tennis shoes or some kind of sandal that has straps all the way around so that your feet are secure and you're not dealing with who knows what. Next, number three, everyone is going to tell you that there are wagons and strollers available for use on the island, but no one's going to tell you to bring your own, and you should, especially if you have more than one child. So in our family, we have 2 children that typically need to be in a stroller or a carrier of some sort. We have a child with Down syndrome, and then we have a toddler, and they cannot walk long distances. And if for some reason, which has happened to us on Lookout, there are no wagons available, I cannot expect them to walk half a mile. I just can't. So for us, for our family, we bring our own stroller because we can't be in a bind. Now, if we just had one of them, we could totally bank on Disney strollers because if there's no stroller available, one of us can carry that child. But because there's more than one of them, we can't carry both and carry all the beach stuff. If you want to have a guarantee that you will have a stroller with you should bring your own. And also, on that note, the wagons and strollers are not yours for the day. You have them to go from the ship to the tram, and then you leave them there. And then you take the tram to the next location. And at the next location, there may be some others. I don't remember seeing them, but there might be a few there. But you're walking all over. This is not a tiny little island. This is a pretty big area. So if you want to guarantee that you have something available to you at all times, you should probably just bring it. You can bring your umbrella, stroller, whatever it is you need to bring, just bring it. Or bring a carrier if you have a little child that likes to be held. Just bring what you need to bring because we're talking like 30 minutes of transportation that, at least a half a mile walk for that one part. But if you're walking around the island, you're going to be walking quite a bit. Number four, no one's going to tell you you should bring extra clothes for your kids, but you should absolutely bring dry clothes for your children. If you have never walked half a mile with your kids while they're wet, I don't recommend doing it at all. 10 out of 10 don't recommend. That said, on Lookout Cay, there is a bathroom near guest services on the main area of the island where there is an adult size changing table, which is amazing. Thank you, Disney, for providing that accessibility and being an inclusive place for individuals with disabilities, but also for families. This is a great area. Like if it is empty, don't take it from someone that needs it, but if it's available, You can change your kids there and put dry clothes on them before getting on the tram, before getting back to the ship, before making that trek back. This is a game changer, especially if you have little ones that need diapers or just they don't want to be wet. Or if there's a possibility that they might nap or fall asleep on the tram, yeah, just change them then. Number 5, people will tell you that the sun is bright in the Bahamas, but y'all, it is close to the equator, the Bahamas, closer than the United States, and you will get burned pretty quickly there. And the sun is harsh. So you need to just be aware of that and put your sunscreen on as soon as you can so that you can avoid getting burned. And don't forget, you need to reapply that sunscreen. Sunscreen doesn't last all day. Reapply the sunscreen or you will get burned. Ask me how I know. Number 6, everyone is going to tell you that the beach is stunning, and it is. It is incredible. But what they're not going to tell you is that there are many times, because of the fact that this is open ocean, this is not a little cove like Castaway where it's protected area, that there are many times where there are rip tides and currents and wind warnings and all the things that prevent you from actually getting into the water. I'm not saying this happens all the time, but it is definitely more than it happens at Castaway. So this is just something to know. And on that note, you absolutely don't need excursions for Lookout Cay, but if something happens and there are winds or currents or whatever, there are excursions that I would definitely check out that have nothing to do with swimming. There are nature trails. There's a lot to do on the island. There's a lot of cultural experiences that I highly recommend checking out, whether it's a formal excursion or not. There's so much to do that doesn't involve swimming. Number 7, everyone's going to tell you that the splash pad's amazing and your kids are going to love it, but what they're not going to tell you is that it is recycled water that is not meant for children that are in swim diapers. So here's the deal. There is a massive splash pad, water park area. Well, okay, it's not that big, but it is big for Disney. And in this area, they have one little semicircle that is not fenced off. It is not completely enclosed. It is like a semicircle area that is meant for babies and toddlers. But every other area of this like water park is not meant for babies and toddlers. And there is a sign that clearly says that the water is recycled and that if your child is in a swim diaper, they should absolutely not be in this part of the water park. So that is a warning. If you have a child that uses a swim diaper, whatever, is not potty trained, has incontinence issues, just something to know. Do not bring them here because it's gross. But also, everyone else, if you see children running around in swim diapers, just know this is not the way that it is at Castaway. Castaway, it's totally different. They use salt water, it's not refiltered, totally different system. So you don't have to worry about it at Castaway, but look out. I get it. I get it. We want to be environmentally friendly, but this was a weird move. And it's kind of gross because they did not do anything to prevent the babies and toddlers from being in this other area, but also from an accessibility standpoint, like there's a lot of reasons why people may not be toilet trained and we will leave it at that. Just know, enter at your own risk if you see children in the splash pad area that are wearing swim diapers. Number 8. Now, this is something that has recently come back, so you may not have been told that kids clubs on the islands serve lunch. And this is a really big deal because this means that mom and dad or whoever can go do their own thing and their kids are fed on the island. Now, what do they serve? They serve like your basic kids meals. They've got your chicken tenders, they've got french fries, there's fruit, there's a whole bunch of things. No ice cream or anything like that. It's just kind of basic, run of the mill food for kids, but they do serve it. Now, kind of on that same note, number 9, people will tell you all about the soft serve on the island, but what most people aren't going to tell you is that if you're an adult and you can get over to Serenity Bay, you can get yourself an ice cream sundae on Lookout Cay. That's right, like scooped ice cream with toppings, all the fixins, ice cream sundaes. Yes. So there you go. And finally, my most controversial, what nobody's going to tell you about Lookout Cay, is that the cabanas are overrated. And the reason they're overrated is because the family cabanas are in another part, like a whole separate area of the island. And if you have a family and your family wants to do other things like go to the kids club or go to the splash pad or be a part of the Junkanoo Rush experience or make crafts or anything, you have to get on the tram and take that 10-minute ride to the other part of the island. Like, it is completely isolated from the other part of the island. And they've had a lot of issues with erosion of sand, and so it's pretty rocky and shelly and like, I don't know. They're fixing it, but it's just not like the experience that you think you're paying for. In my opinion, I have 4 kids. I don't think the cabanas are worth it at Lookout Cay and Lighthouse Point. Okay, if you are looking for Castaway tips and tricks, go check out this video here where I share my family's top 5 activities on Castaway Cay. And if you want a comparison video where I discuss all the things that are different, leave a comment below and let me know and we'll make that happen. And if you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss all the Disney Cruise Line tips and tricks I have for you. Okay, we'll see you in the next video. Bye, y'all.